Okay. Oops, sorry. Okay, I'm going to give this a minute. I just wanted to do a quick live. I'm saying quick, but I did my spray tan thing and I have to let it dry before I take a shower for like an hour or two. So that's what I'm doing. I was so excited to find my spray tanner because I thought somebody had stole it for real. And I never think anybody stole my stuff, but anyways, one of Steven's friend's girlfriends was acting crazy about a year ago, but I had just organized stuff and forgot where I put stuff. So I was excited to find it. Oops, okay. I wanted to make sure my connection was good. And the other thing is because nobody is talking about this, and that Black Hawk person left such a stupid community post that, like, I just have to say something because he's talking about Cy in 2022 and the Colorado thing and him being discredited, which that's not even what happened. You can find the documents. I'm not fixing to go find them, but Cy even tells you just to go find them. The judge ended up being forced, I think, into retirement or something because it was a corrupt judge anyway. But he still missed the whole point. This isn't even about Cy. It's about Ashley Jennings. It's about the prosecution. It's about the lies and it's not about, it is about Brian Koberger because it's Brian that is involved right now, but this is justice for anybody that goes up in front of that court because this is not the only case she's lied on. I didn't realize she was 47 years old. Lana, actually, I just watched Lana's thing she did yesterday. You think someone just bought whose channel? Hey Meg, hey Swamp, hey Murph, Bunny, hey P Fox and Kane, and just Beth. Well, all I know is he made a stupid comment about Cy and the whole thing is it's not even about Cy. It is literally like, and I know a lot of people are saying the judge is not going to do anything. The judge has to. This is not just a Brian Koberger thing. This is prosecution misconduct. It is lying to the court. It is hiding exculpatory evidence. It is like the whole case can be dismissed because of this. I don't know if that's what's going to happen. I mean, I think it should because I don't think they have a case. But literally, Ashley Jennings wrote a motion to the court to keep them from talking about the truth. And thought she was going to get away with it. And Lana broke it down. And I advise, if one of my mods can put her channel in the thing, I'm not as smart as Lana. I'm not even going to say I am. Truth and transparency. I know some people may not like her, whatever. She literally shows you the truth, but she broke it down in a way that shows AT&T lawyered up. The guy that wrote or said that he was providing the authentication, I know I said that wrong. Literally, Cy talked to AT&T's lawyer. And that man said he would not testify to that being certified. Hey, Aquarius. So, again, mainstream media is covering some kind of balakov, what the hell ever they're talking about. Like, that's not journalism. News Nation, and I called them out, and I'm going to do it again, is biased. News places are not supposed to be biased. just like I cover things that show that he could, implicate him as guilty. The reason I haven't been is because I don't trust anything the prosecution is putting over right now. And I try not to give out misinformation, even though I do tarot. When I do tarot, I make sure everybody knows that, not everything I say is going to be right. And I say that over and over and over again. And the sad thing is literally going into this, Lana also had the lady that was sued. That her lawsuit, I think, is now turning around. Which I think the reason she was sued is because she did not say that it was speculation or her spiritual opinion or whatever, because she believes what she does, which is fine. But I just try not to implicate names. But some of the stuff that lady said was true has come out to be true. Not about that professor, maybe. I'm just saying that that's why I don't worry about getting sued, because I make sure that's running across my screen. I don't try to get people's names that we don't already know. I don't dig into people's stuff unless it has to do something with a crime. I'm not digging into their love life. I'm not digging into who they're cheating on who with or anything like that. I don't do all that. But my point is, we may watch somebody this week, allegedly, my opinion, resign. Because if I was her, I would resign. If I was Bill Thompson, I would just go into retirement. Because this is not going to age well. And Lana also pointed out, as soon as the reason Judge Hippler said that he didn't need Cyree is because Ashley Jennings produced something that said, here's the authentication, whatever. That's why he said Cyree could be on standby. But the day after that, Cyree literally had a paper, his affidavit notarized, saying that she knew there was time detail records. It's not a battle of experts. It's not Cyree trying to get clout. It's none of that. It is literally him saying, this is illegal. It's not because he loves Brian Kohberger. It's because he loves his country and he loves the justice system that he worked for. And these people kill me when they're hollering, Brett Payne is such loyal. And they want to dog Cyree. Clearly, they're idiots because they don't know what he's done. Yeah, any bullies or anything that come in here, just time them out. If they keep on, then we can get rid of them forever. But I try to let people come in here. And like I said, even the people that think Brian Kohberger is guilty, there are some that are still saying, wait a minute, Ashley Jennings might have just screwed this case up. Like I said, she's probably holding her butt cheeks together right now. I know that sounds funny, but literally, because Cyree didn't just say here, he has to prove what he's saying. What he's saying is a big deal. And she didn't think anybody was going to be able to prove it. Do you think the FBI is fixing to come in and say, hey, yeah, we do all this shit? No, they're fixing to leave them. They're hanging them out to dry. You can kiss Balance goodbye if he was coming to tell you. Can kiss all that shit goodbye. They've got a problem, and I don't care what anybody says. They have a problem. Judge Hippler has to address this because there's other people looking at this now. It is not just Idaho. Like, this is that's why mainstream media hadn't covered it. Because anybody that has any kind of sense to go and research something for themselves instead of just listening to people say this shit about Cyree and everything else. See, that's what I did. Before I opened my mouth about Cyree, I went and watched his channel. I went and researched him and everything else and found out that this is not a defense person. This is not somebody that comes in on the defense. He's coming in on the defense. Oh, Black Hawk, yeah. And if he comes in here because he's been in mine before, we're just timing him out. I don't have time for all that. What he said was absolutely stupid. I mean, I'm not going to find his community post and broadcast it. Y'all can find it. What he said was absolutely stupid. And it shows that he has no idea what the fuck is going on. None whatsoever. Or if he does, he's doing what they're doing. This is not a battle of, oh, we're on the defense side always and we want all these people to go for. This is not what this is anymore. And it wasn't that to begin with me. Somebody asking Kane's chat yesterday, were we pro burgers or against them? And I said, well, we're justice seekers. We are looking for the truth. That's what we are. Oh, I'm sure it's not. And Ashley Jennings, Atlanta has 178 cases that she's tried because she was from Texas. She's 47 years old. I didn't know that because she was pregnant. I thought she was younger than that. She is like 47 years old. She moved to Moscow 20 years ago. Well, when AT&T lawyers up, they're not on your side either. So what has just happened to Ashley in the past over the weekend, she probably hasn't slept good. I can't guarantee she's going to resign, but that's what I would do if I was her. I would land on that. I would resign. It's better than the bar coming in and taking your license, which they're probably going to do. Girl, they ain't no telling who he is, and that's what I'm saying. I don't have time for adults to come in here and act stupid. This is not we're emotionally connected to Brian Kohberger. This is not we're emotionally connected to anything. This is a plain, clear as day problem. I really thought it was going to trial up until today, or yesterday, the other day, not today. I don't know that if I was nigh, I would just drop it. Oh, they're going to anyways, Meg. But I think, anyways, my opinion. But it would look better for her to resign and then let them take it than her fight it and them take it anyway. In my opinion. That's just the way I feel about it. This is something that Idaho, that everybody in the United States that has any sense at all, we all need to be emailing somebody. 10 minutes. It doesn't have to be worded perfect. We have spell check and everything else. You can copy and paste the same email. And I don't know who the hell we need to email. Whether we just find a list of emails for our federal government, whoever, whatever, we all need to do that. If they get 50 emails, I don't care if they have AI checking it or not, they're going to know. I mean, this needs to be seen and heard. We need to spread this far and wide. That's what we need to do. In the words of Bill Thompson, we need to spread this far and wide. Well, I mean, I wouldn't, Tonka, but this is because now Lana has showed too where the car, that car thing's bullshit too. I think they're going to be embarrassed. Judge Hippler can dismiss it. I mean, the state don't. I thought the state had to do it. Judge Hippler can dismiss it because of this right here. Like I said, I know a lot of people are thinking the judge is just going to wipe it. He can't with this. And this is another reason we need to spread it far and wide. Whether people just send an email saying, hey, I don't know a whole lot about the wording of this, but this affidavit by Cyree, PDF download the affidavit onto your email. May need to be looked at by whoever in our justice system. Send a general email, whatever. This needs to be spread far and wide. I would be very, very, very embarrassed. I would also, when I write my email, I'm going to say, you know, her other cases are public. They may need to be looked in as well. She wanted to be a voice for women. I don't want her voice to echo anything that I'm about, because I don't agree with anything she's done. Well, Steve G is going to have a hard time doing that unless he starts. Hopefully this opens his eyes. I don't know if it will or not, but hopefully this opens eyes. I mean, I hate it that it's come to this, because the families are going through enough, and this is sickening. But now it's time to try to find whoever the hell did this. And I don't care if they want it to go away. I'm not going to shut up to let it go away. And I'm just one person in Alabama, and Idaho probably don't even like me now, and I don't care. I don't care if they got rid of the house. That's not my problem. None of that is my problem. There's still a job that needs to be done, and they need to do it. This also needs to go to, like, I'm sending my local ABC something saying, hey, there's news people covering this, but they want to cover all the bullshit. If y'all are non-biased and want what's right and are supposed to report what's right, this stuff needs to be done. And I know I'm all the way in Alabama. It does not matter. We can't holler we want something done and then not do anything about it to help it get done, in my opinion. And, you know, how do you think Brian Kohberger's parents, how the fuck do you think Brian Kohberger feels right now? He might feel a little bit relieved, but he's been sitting there for 2 years. He could have been doing all kind of other stuff. I think the least actually Jennings should have to do is go sit somewhere as long as he has, behind bars. I mean, what's good for the goose is good for the gander. What the hell? We let people like this determine whether people's freedom. Brian Kohberger could have had all the money in the world, and that still wouldn't have bought him out of this situation. And he was just a regular person, just like any of us are. Richard Allen. I mean, you know, and I don't fight for people that have committed murders, that I think have literally committed murders. I mean, and the FBI is the one that said, hey, we can get these records. Make sure you put it on the warrant. But where do you think they're going to be? Cy called out the FBI agent by name, too. And that is what I'm saying. He's not scared. You can't pay him off. You can't pay him any amount of money not to expose the truth. Well, Kane, she can try to shut it down all day. I mean, I'm going to email their office too, but I'm going further than just Idaho. I'm also emailing a couple of news stations in Idaho that should definitely be covering this. They want to put everything out for these um, potential jurors. They need to put the truth out as well. Well, I mean, I don't know if they would have done it to him if he was rich or not. What I'm saying is there's not an amount of money now. We could have raised $1 million. It wouldn't get him out of the situation. What I'm saying is this goes deeper than that. This was Ashley Jennings' ego wanting to say this is one of the biggest cases and I've done this. And she probably could have been a hero at the end of the day, but she's not like this at all. Yeah, to the DOJ. Yeah. And like I said, even if you don't know how to word things good, even if you don't understand everything, you literally can just attach his Cyray's affidavit and say, look, I know that this is wrong. I don't know how to word, whatever. It doesn't have to be professionally like written like that. Of course, do spell check and stuff, and that's what I'm saying with people. I send the same email every day. For Sandra Birchmore, I sent the same email to about 5 different people every day till somebody finally responded. I mean, it's not a hard thing. And if we're not fighting for our rights, our freedom, our rights, then who's going to? We're just sitting waiting on the next door neighbor to do it. I know people think it doesn't work, you can't do anything, but you don't know what you can do until you try. And if all you're having to do is copy and paste an email and send it, that takes less than 5 minutes. We can sit on YouTube streets and bitch all day, but we need to put some behind what we're doing. Because if it was us in this situation, we would want the same, Yeah, and I don't think he hates everybody in the FBI. I do think he thinks that there are. I think Cy looks at things the way we do, pretty much in the fairest way he can. He doesn't hold everybody accountable for these people in the FBI or whatever. He does it case by case, person by person thing. But he did not stutter. He did not beat around the bush. And even though we don't see him, I don't think he's in hiding anywhere. I don't think he's ducking and dodging anything. And that's the person that I strive to be. Because that's what we should all strive to be, is honest. And whether the truth is pretty like we want it to be, or the truth is something we hate that it is, the truth is the truth, and that's all that matters. Oh yeah, I do too. That's what I'm saying. I told everybody, as long as Cy Ray keeps on the defense, I'm gonna say Brian Kohberger's innocent. Yeah, and I mean, I just don't like. Lana would be good. Somebody that has a lot more following than me, of course. But we also need the news people, to local news, whatever, no matter what state you're in, to be screaming this, because it's going to catch on. I don't know, but that's one that I would say. I don't agree with everything Candace Owens does, but that's one that needs to. That would be a good one. Yeah, PVOX. I just read that again. I don't know why the hell I read that wrong to begin with. Yes, they do. Because you can't just take the whole FBI and say every one of them's bad, because I don't believe that. And just like in the CIA, I don't think every one of them are bad, because that's just not usually logical, even. Police officers, every one of them are bad. No, they're not, because Cy Ray's not bad, and he wasn't bad, and he hasn't been bad. And he will sit and tell you his mistakes. He don't say he's perfect. He will tell you where he messed up. And that is just somebody that don't stutter over the truth. Hey, I'm human. I screwed up. I'm not perfect. Here's what I did. Here's what I recommend not doing again. I mean, he had been saying on his channel, not just because he couldn't talk about this case, it's not just about this case, that these PCAs, these warrants that are written are very important. And this happens all the time, to where stuff is put in there that shouldn't be, not supposed to be, everything. That's why he said he had 2 people read it, another judge read it before he even sent it, or had the magistrate judge, when he would issue warrants, to make sure that he covered his butt everywhere before he did it. So that way, when this goes to court, you don't have a criminal getting off on a technicality because you screwed up. That's what I'm saying. Even the people that think Brian Kohberger is guilty, especially those people, should be pissed off right now. Yeah, the UK and stuff. That's what I'm saying. We need to be fighting for our rights. I know we have some people in other countries that don't understand our rights, but we need to be, because in the UK, you go to jail for saying anything. They don't have the right to do, and I know people go vacation in the UK and think it's great. I'm not saying it's not great there. I'm just saying that the United States holds special rights, and we as citizens should be, and I didn't used to do this, I didn't know this, I had no idea this, as important as they are, because nobody else has this. And if we don't fight for it, who the hell is? It just, if I was Ashley Jennings, I would be trying. I mean, I literally am walking next week for her resignation. Bill Thompson's too. No wonder he wanted to make sure that we knew. And people are still trying to push this stalking thing. No shit. No wonder he was so mad at the damn guy that does surveys for a living. Like, you're going to knock what he does and act like he's such a bad person. He does this shit for a living because there was a need for it. You wanted to make sure of that. You know why? Because you know that y'all have lied like hell. And in some ways, I don't think the college pushed Ashley Jennings to do all this. I think her ego pushed her to do this. I'm not saying the college didn't push them at all. I'm saying that Ashley's ego got way too big, and she thought she was good. Her smart ass gonna send something in with a certification like, look at me, look at me. Yeah. Look at her, look at her. I guess we won't be seeing her stretched out in a nightgown, laid over a damn desk or a whatever you call them in the courtroom, the way she did with Judge. I just could not believe she's laid over the damn thing, looking like she's wearing her pajamas, talking to the judge. Wow. And I did not know she was 47 years old. Did not know that. Lana's like, she's not just some young person that just started, y'all. She's been doing this. She's lived in Moscow. She moved from Texas to Moscow 20 years ago. And she's been doing this. Oh, she had the main hand. I mean, Bill did, but Ashley's been the voice of what happened. And she didn't do it for the college. She did it for her hero award, for her ego award. And I think people in Idaho should really study and take a look at this. Did she? Yeah, I mean, it's not, I heard she did teach there, but she's not from there. You know what I mean? So her roots are not from there. But my point is, she didn't just do this for the university. She did this for her clout as well. A hoe named Idaho. That's so funny. Hey, girl. Um, I'm not saying, like I'm saying, I'm not taking the university out of it saying they didn't pressure. I don't think they had to put a whole lot of pressure on her. She did this for her ego clout self, and now she's made women should not want to be represented by that voice, by what she's pushing. She should have to reap what she sows, and she should have to sit in a jail cell for as long as Brian Koberger sat in there and think about what the hell she's done. And that sounds so childish, but literally that's what she needs to do. You know, I used to apologize because I said I don't have a reason not to like her, but she makes my eye twitch, and she does. I have to mute her talking because she literally, it makes my eye twitch so bad I cannot see. My eye starts watering. I cannot stand her. I'm sorry. I don't know her personally. I don't like what she's representing so far anyway, but I cannot stand her. And she literally makes my eye twitch. I say it every time, no matter whose stream I'm in. As soon as she starts talking, my eye starts twitching. And I did this before anybody had really even said anything about her. Like, for some reason, I was like, who the hell is talking? Because one day I was working or something and trying to listen to the hearings, and I didn't even know who she was. But I mean, her voice, my eye, it was horrible. And I don't know anybody else that makes my eye do that, but I cannot stand her. Sorry, not sorry. I can't. I want to punch her in the face. Like every time she opens her mouth. And then she says stuff that reminds me of, and I'm sorry if y'all like this person. This is my opinion. You don't have to feel like this. Kermit the Frog, Camilla, what the hell ever. That's that word salad shit. That's exactly what, every time she opens her mouth, that's what she reminds me of. No lie. I have one question for her that might turn into more. But if I could look at her and say one thing to her right now, I'd be like, Ashley, can you tell me exactly? Don't give me no word salad shit. Don't tell me you didn't know exactly why the hell you did what you did, knowing that people are lying about this authentication and everything. Like, this man could have stood in front of a firing squad. What if that was your kid, dude? Like, tell me. Don't stand there. Don't just look at me. Don't tell me you don't know. And I mean, I have no authority over her, but that's all I want to know. What the fuck is wrong with you? And I think Brian Koberger's parents and sisters are smart. They're letting this shit just play out in front of everybody. Do you think one of them think he's guilty right now? After Cy Ray's done this? I don't give a shit. If one of them come out and said that they thought their brother was guilty or their son, I would think they had a fucking mental problem. No lie. Even if they had a little bit of doubt, maybe he, whatever, at this point, I don't think so. What's even more sick is the fucking prosecution trying to keep his family out of the courtroom because they might have to testify. That's why people think that he's going to testify against them. Yeah, his sisters are as smart as he is. But I feel real bad for his mama having to watch this and not know what's going to happen and know there's absolutely nothing. Even his dad, as parents, it doesn't matter how old your kids get, you want to protect them, and they're having to what are they going to do? They see the injustice and there's absolutely nothing they can do. And yes, I feel bad for the 4 victims' families too, because there's nothing they can do. They can't bring them back. They're also having to watch this shit. The state that's supposed to be protecting their kids that have made a fucking mockery of this. That is awful. These kids left this earth in the most scariest situation I could ever think of. Okay? Literally terrifying. And they can't even rest in peace. Because look what's going on. Their lives are being made to be like it didn't fucking matter. And it does matter. And the state has made it to where we can't even focus on the kids' justice because we're having to make sure they're not just taking more victims in here. I know everybody in here probably has a strong opinion of Steve G, but I want everybody to listen to what I'm saying for a minute. Do y'all see how manipulative Ashley Jennings was? Can you imagine the brain fuckery the state has done on these parents, especially Steve G and his wife? Because I don't think his wife is faking. She literally believes these people, okay? Think about this. Y'all see what just happened. We watched what just played out. Now think about your kid being gone, and the only hope you have is the state is doing what they're supposed to do because normally that's what happens. And even though they've been shady toward them, they're thinking, well, they're doing that because that way they can make sure they find justice. So think about the trauma the state has put in their head. And that's just why I try not. I will say things like he shouldn't be messing with a jury and stuff like that. But if you sit and think about what we just saw, now think about talking to these people way more. We don't talk to them at all. We just see what they do. Think about how they could have got in their head. Because that's what's happened. Hey, Miss Potts. You know, and like I said, I don't take up for Steve G when he does wrong. I'm just thinking to myself, last night it made me sick. I said, oh my God. Can you imagine? Because why would they come out on TV like Steve G loves his daughter? I know there's this theory that listen to me. The man loves his kid, okay? And the state has literally, I believe, made Steve G make himself look guilty or shady in some way. And his lawyer is a piece of shit. Shannon, whatever your last name is. My opinion, God forbid, but you're a piece of shit. And that's just my opinion. So, and I can't tell everybody what to do. I'm not saying to agree with Steve G messing with the jury. I'm just saying that I think we all should take in a deep breath, use a lot of empathy, and choose words wisely when we're saying stuff about, that doesn't mean you agree with everything he does. That's not what I'm saying. I'm just saying for this part, because you're not going to convince me that the state has not mind fucked them, especially Kaylee's mama. And they're desperate. I think Steve G has a little bit more knowledge that they may have been mind fucked than his wife. I think a lot of what he does is to keep Christy from taking a lot of the heat. But yeah, I don't like their lawyer at all. I think he's a piece of shit. And he ought to be ashamed of himself, and that's my opinion. Shannon Gray or whatever his name is. That's what I think. And I'm sorry if y'all like him too. I'm not trying to sway anybody's opinion. That man, I can't even talk because that's the way I feel. And I hope that the state gets sued. And he could be hiding something, Tonka. I'm just saying that when we're saying this, though, as manipulative as the state is, and Ashley Jennings is, I literally think that some of that is not so much that he's hiding. Like, I don't think he's hiding something like he helped kill his daughter. I'm saying, though, I think that the state knew what they were doing mentally fucking people is what I think. I do. And like I said, that does not mean that I agree with everything he does. That's not what I'm saying. I'm just saying that we do have to think about what we just watched play out. And, we don't know everything they've told them parents, you know. And I'm sure that they do think sometimes that people are against their kid when they're against people like Viviana or whatever. And that's why I make sure I say, I don't care what the four were doing. There's nothing or any reason that they should have went out the way they did. They do, Ro, but I mean, it is their daughter. The state caused a lot of this. I'm just telling y'all. I'm not saying they caused everything, but I'm saying they caused a lot of this. Ashley Jennings, nobody's going to convince me that bitch didn't cause a lot of this. And their lawyer. I think they may be in together or something. I don't know. Allegedly, my opinion, not fact, but because he should have been protecting them from Ashley Jennings, and he didn't, in my opinion. So, and the stuff he could be hiding could be stuff about family because he does have other kids, y'all. I'm not taking up for him. I'm just saying that what we don't know, we don't know. Yes, Miss Potts. And I do. That's what I'm saying. Like, to me, they've shamed some of the kids like it was. And I call them kids because a 21-year-old is a fucking kid. Like, I don't care their age is 21. They're still a kid. And I'm saying that whatever this bigger picture is that was going on, there were adults that these young adults trusted that made them think whatever they were doing was okay. And so I'm not saying that just because they died, they have no fault. No, that's not what I'm saying. I'm saying that I don't think these kids were just crackheads on the street being bums and worthless pieces of shit. I think these were smart kids. They were all pretty. They were doing something with their life. They were trying to do something with their life. And I think people that they trusted lied to them. That's what I think. Yes, Meanie. Yes. I mean, and we can look at it now, not have gone through this, and if something did happen to one of our kids, be more objective now, but this had not happened before, so I understand Christy wanting to grip onto the state. Like, why would they do this? They're going for the death penalty. In her mind, I can see it. They're not going to do this. Like, they have to have something. They have to have, I mean, that's torture. And that's what I was saying. This case is going, when that woman realizes, I don't know what's going to happen. She may be realizing now before the court case. So I don't know what's going to happen. But whatever does happen, she shouldn't get in trouble. The state should, because they caused it, in my opinion, and their lawyer. Yeah, and that's what I'm saying. I'm not saying everything they did was innocent, but I also don't think that they knew that what it was leading. I don't think they were purposely, like Ashley Jennings is purposely out trying to do shady shit. Like, I don't think these kids were out trying to hurt people, is what I'm saying. Like, I just don't. Yeah, that's weird, Miss Potts. Yeah, I don't understand that. I do think Dylan is involved in a lot more than what we know she's involved in. I do think Sloan Bell is right when she said that Dylan was there for different, or DM, whatever, allegedly, not fact, my opinion, y'all, was there for different purposes than just the schooling. I do think that. Um, I could be wrong. I'm just saying. There's a bigger picture going on here than what is being overlaid. I think we all know that. Um, and that's why I don't just do tarot. I do these lives like this because I don't just live my life like I do believe in what I do. I know that everything I get is not correct. People have said, "Oh, you were right about this." I don't even remember a lot of times. I do what I do for selfish reasons because I'm not good with death. And I need to know these kids are okay. And in my mind, if I can do this, then I know that their spirit is okay, that they're okay. I don't really know how to explain that, but I grieve people's kids that I don't know. I do. I've always been like this. I cried at The Little Mermaid when I was 3 because a happy ending. I've always been the way I am. Um, I'm not perfect, but I've always been able to feel people's emotions. And I would love to be like Miss Potts. I say I am a lot of times. I don't have emotions, which I mean, I know she does too. When she gets on here, like she said, she tells Willie how she feels about it because I know she has strong feelings about it. But being emotionally vulnerable is not, it's because people will manipulate that. And it's sad that they will, but they will. But I wear my heart on my sleeve and I know that. When I love people, I love them and I want them to be. Hang on. Miss Potts said something. I'm trying to read it and comprehend it too. Hang on. But I just want people, I wish everybody could find If we could all take somebody we didn't like me with Ashley Jennings, and I can't do it, so here's a pot calling the kettle black. I'm being a hypocrite. I'll find something I like about her sooner or later. Today I can't do it. But find something you like about somebody you don't like. We would all be in a better position. And I'm saying that, and I'm telling y'all now in the open, I can't do it. I can't find anything. Oh, thank you, Miss Potts. Yeah, I don't know what was going on with Meg P or why these people contacted her. That's another thing. Who was it that was messing with Meg P? We just banned or whatever, because Meg P is like usually one of the nicest peoples. I had to block Viviana just because she was aggravating me, and I hadn't unblocked her yet. Like, I don't hate her or anything. Heather and Meg P have a good way of being able to get along with people that they're able to find stuff, like I just said, that everybody needs to do that I can't do, because I can't do it, because I can't. She makes my eye twitch. I don't know what I'm going to, maybe she's a good mama or something. I hope she's a good mama. So we're going to say that. I want her to be a good mama. I don't want her to be a bad mama. So maybe I can find that. I don't know. I'm trying though. I got you, Miss Potts. And it wasn't you saying that. It was me trying to read and talk at the same time, and I can't. So y'all hang on a second. Let me read what you said. Oh yeah, I can do that. Hang on, y'all. Y'all, I had to spray for bugs. Like, I had to get professional stuff because people that moved in next door or whatever, their house is like close to mine, and they had bugs. So if y'all see one crawling and dying, I'm sorry. I'm trying not to let everybody see it because they're dying. Because like I can't do the bug thing, so but I'm trying to like make sure they didn't infest anywhere, which I don't think they have. They're mainly coming out dying, but still I was freaking out. So I'm just letting y'all know. I mean, what am I going to do? Try to lie to y'all and tell y'all that that's not what y'all saw? I'm not going to do that. So I'll tell y'all this before I turn this camera on. Okay. Y'all, I got to spray some air freshener or something. Oh, it's that bug spray. It is that spray. Okay. That's what. I was like, what is that smell? Okay. Okay, so we're going to pull some cards on the evidence that was in, and I forgot all about that, Ms. Potts. Kaylee and Dylan's phone from June to August of 2022 that law enforcement wanted. There was something in their phones that they say would, I don't know, implicate's not the word, that some kind of evidence that had something to do with a crime they thought was going to be in their phones. So we're going to, wait a minute. Oh, I hit the damn button again. Sorry, y'all. I'm stupid. Okay. Oh, well, the other neighbors had rats, so I got decon. Like, I just keep decon under my house for just ritualistic, not really ritualistic, but because I can't do rats because I don't like snakes, and rats bring snakes, and I would die. So, yeah. Yeah, they're both about a pain, but just, yeah, I can't. Ugh. Okay, so y'all, I'm not watching chat for a second because I'm going to do. Is my camera acting crazy? Wait a minute, y'all. Okay, what's going on with that thing? All right, so we are going to try, maybe. I don't know how good this will work. And it was turned over by the state. The state says they are using that phone data from that time period to corroborate the November timeline. Yeah, that is weird. Yeah, I want to go tell everybody to hug a tree. Crazy. Okay, so let's see what we can find. We'll use these whispers cards too. cards I got from the Reckoning Co. They're like True Crime Oracle. I love them. Not a sick tree. Lord have mercy, y'all. Okay. So let's see how we can ask it. Well, I'm just going to ask it. What can we know about what was in Kaylee and Dylan's phones in July of 2022? Oh, that's Kane. I was like, wait, what? Okay. I got to quit looking at chat for a minute, y'all, because I can't concentrate on this. Okay. So I'm not looking at chat. Let me just make it go away on my thing. Okay. So what can we know about what law enforcement wanted to know or wanted out of their phones? What was in their phones that they're going to use to corroborate the timeline for this crime that was done on November 13th? That is weird. Okay. Let's see what we can find out. What can we know? And the state says they're using it, so let me read what's on this. Take the step. So the full in reverse, the full upright is like an innocence card. So there is something that I'm not going to say that actually does, but that law enforcement really, truly actually believes that's in their phone. So what can we know? Let's see. Let's do Dylan's phone first. Is something between them? It's got to be. So what is it between Kaylee and Dylan in their phones that can corroborate this crime, this timeline, this anything to do with a crime? Hidden truths. So some kind of choice that needs to be made, but there's still something hidden. It's potential risk, dilemma, indecision. Why did I know that card was about to come out? Yeah, I'm going to say this because I can't help it and because I don't usually implicate anybody else's names in this, but I'm fixing to say his name, and this is allegedly my opinion only because I've got that he was physically there whenever Kaylee and them were being attacked. I think it's got something to do with Quinn. And I know that they're not saying anything about Quinn's phone or Quinn, but I think it's got something to do with Quinn. Hang on. It's how we're reversed. Trying to keep something from falling apart. Trying to keep some kind of destruction, some kind of like bad thing from happening. Hang on, let me see what chat's saying. Meg, Maybe she was so drunk she thought she still wanted to go out. We're gonna pull some of these true crime cards, y'all. And I've tried, like, I've done a reading on Quinn a little bit. I've tried not to implicate him too much, but the minute he said he had never been to Moscow, I was like, yeah, there's something wrong with that. Let me see. Okay, what is with this tower moment? Trying to keep a disaster from happening. Justice in reverse. Yeah, y'all, that. There's something being hidden about some kind of. The lovers don't have to be like lovers, but the first thing that come to my mind whenever that card come out was something about Quinn. Hang on. I'm not going to say this out loud. I'm just going to ask this question in my head. And y'all, I'm not looking at chat right now, so anybody that come in, hey. What did Miss Pot say? Hold on. Let me see something. What? All right. I'm going to do this real quick, and then we're going to use those Whispers cards. And I have another deck, too. That Cole guy, what do we know about him? Because I did pull some cards on him last night. That's a little iffy. And that his name Cole Brandon Burr or something. I don't want to say his last name, but anyway, it's that dude. What? What is the animosity with Kaylee and Dylan? Because I feel like, what was it? I think it was still going, but. Okay. What is that? Oh, that is Seven of Swords is deception, betrayal, like. What's the card say? Pretense. Yeah, that's. So there was definitely some kind of. What can we know about the deception? Energy between Kaylee and Dylan. Oh, yeah, I thought about his girlfriend. Me too. What is this? 8 of Wands. So upright, that's like a fast action. Change is coming, something in the air. Action, the time is now. Where will you be when the big event happens? So in reverse, that's a delay. Oh, Miss Potts. I wonder if that right there tells me some kind of betrayal was supposed to happen before it did. So I wonder if there's something implicating that there was something being planned before and it didn't come afoot till then, or there was something being planned that maybe didn't ever happen, but this ended up happening. That's what that's giving me. But let's see. What else can we know? The Hermit. That's why Kaylee left, though. Whatever this betrayal was with her and Dylan, whatever this shit was that law enforcement found in their phone, whatever, that's the problem, and that's why Kaylee left. That Hermit coming out. The Nine of Cups in reverse. Somebody didn't get what they wanted. Emotionally imbalanced. Yeah, Kaylee couldn't figure out. Her and Dylan couldn't get along. And I really believe that. Whatever was going on, it was some kind of betrayal. Whether it had to do, and sometimes I wonder, did Quinn flirt with Kaylee or something too? I mean, I'm not sure, but that's why Kaylee left, though. That I don't know. I think Cole lived right up close to them and had parties a lot of times. He was older, but let's see. What else can we know about Kaylee and Dylan? This timeline, this stuff Ellie found in their phone. Life insurance. Okay, we're going to need clarity on that one. That one did just fall out when I was doing this, so I let it come out, but I don't know what that means. What can we know? Let's direct. Right. No fear about what? Desert Mirage. That's something that you think is there that it's not. Something that you think is there that's not. Okay. I love that. Trafficking exposed. Yeah, that's what I thought before. Allegedly, y'all, whatever Kaylee knew could get people put in prison. So I think Quinn, allegedly, not fact, my opinion, and Dylan were involved in different things. That's just my opinion, though. As far as Cole, we can pull some cards and I'll see what we get on him. I did last night, I think, but I don't think I did a recording reading on him yet, but I just pulled a couple of cards. Let's do this to what lies beneath. So with Cole, let's see. What can we know about coal and this crime, if anything? Oops. Falling apart, falling into pieces. Okay, well, that's nice. Don't want to hear it. I mean, to me, that means somebody knows something, allegedly, the state, about him, but don't want to hear it, don't want to deal with it. What can we know about this coal guy and his energy toward what happened on 11/13/2022? Oh, well, that's great. Shining a light on, calling out. Y'all, if y'all hear the people next door, I'm sorry. They're still moving stuff in and they're loud. The Nine of Cups reversed again. Somebody not getting what they wanted. Five of Swords in reverse. That is like a fight coming to an end. Okay, let's do it this way. What is Cole's energy? What is Maddie's energy? What is the energy in between? Y'all, they probably really couldn't get anything out from under Xana's fingernails. Trigger warning. And I'm not trying to be gross. I'm just saying that. Write who an email. Okay. Let's see. Cole's energy, Maddie's energy, energy in between. Cole's energy. Ten of Pentacles in reverse. So that's like a close-knit family, a close-knit organization, a close-knit of a group. That would be them losing money. Losing credibility, losing money. This is in reverse. Okay, Maddie's energy. The card says the gang's all here, but it's in reverse, so the separation of people too. Okay. Maddie's energy. Okay. Four of Pentacles, which is keeping something close to the vest, keeping like, no, it's mine, you can't have it, I don't want to share it. It can be, Pentacles is like an earthly element, but it can be money, knowledge, Maddie's energy. What's the energy between? Okay. The energy between them is the Eight of Swords, which is restriction, entrapped in some way. So that's like a debt owed, is what that looks like to me. All of its pentacles except the swords, which is the energy in between, and the energy in between is like entrapped. So it's like a debt owed. And that's Cole and Maddie's energy. I know y'all can probably hear these people outside. So, I mean, that could be something. It could be nothing. It could be part of whatever they, I don't know, had going on. Let's see. What, if anything, can we know about this entrapment, debt, energy between Cole and Maddie? Oh, well, that's nice. Medical emergency. Oh, follow the money. So, I mean, this is all alleged, not fact, my opinion. This could be nothing. It could be nothing but con man. Okay, war. I'm done pulling cards for this. I don't know, y'all. You tell me. Allegedly, not fact, my opinion. I feel like there was some kind of tension. Let me pick one of these cards. Your girlfriend wanted to surprise you once, so she come to the door. Oh my God, Kane. Did she want to surprise the whole neighborhood as well? It's sleeting there. I'm sorry, Meg P. Oh God. Oh, great. Of course. So the last card I was doing was this Missing Variables deck. The Mastermind. Strategic power in pursuit of justice. Untouchable ruler. Controls a vast empire, making the rules of enforcing them with an iron fist. Criminal mastermind. A genius in orchestrating operations and covering his tracks. The puppet master pulls the strings in both legal and illegal affairs with ease. Ruthless power broker will sacrifice anyone for the advancement of his empire. Public menace hides in plain sight, often evading justice while orchestrating high-profile crimes. Calculating exterior executes plans with precision, leaving no room for error. And feared leader inspires loyalty and fear, ruling over others with an iron grip. I wield the power to build or burn. Choose wisely where you stand. It's King of Clubs. So, I mean, in my mind, all of that makes sense. Some people might think you're effing crazy and out there, but I let everybody use their own discernment and judgment. That's why I tell everybody all of these things are open for interpretation. You read energy, so, you know. Hey, Angel. Anybody didn't see coming in while I was doing those readings. I'm telling y'all that I started doing, and I don't like love readings, and I'm okay as long as I'm not doing them for me, I found. But because I guess all these people do these like 2 and 3 week or 2 week at a time reading things with your astrology signs or whatever. So I'm going to get those out in April for people that are interested. I guess the most requested was like somebody you're not in contact with that you might have karmic ties with that's in the past that keeps coming back, because it seems to be most people in this world, I guess I didn't realize that, do cycles with relationships. So, you know. And then I will probably do one if you are like in the dating world and looking for somebody new to come in, like what kind of energy that will be. But that's about the extent of that. Somebody asked me, was I doing personal readings? Yes, I do. I do. One of my videos that I have coming out for one of those, I think I've done one sign so far. I need to get it together, but I don't know what everybody else charges like. I know this one girl told me that I was charging way too little, but I just do my readings like $20 and $25. If you want an email reading, like whatever it is, general love or love and work or whatever, it's 20, and then it's 25 for like to do not a live stream, but like this with me, and it would just be you, or it wouldn't be everybody seeing. But so that's what I do. They're usually 30 to 45-minute readings, and I just, I can't swear to you that everything I say is going to happen or not going to happen, but that's just how I do those. And I don't remember who was asking me, so that's why I'm saying that. It's 149 here, or 150 here. So are you on Mountain Time, Amy? Eastern Time, it's 250. Central Time is 150. Mountain Time, it's 1250. And then I guess Pacific Time, it's 1050 maybe? Charge more, Miss Font said. I mean, I just don't like, and I know a lot of people charge. I mean, I've seen people charge $100, but I've just been in a situation to where I needed advice or something, and people don't have a lot of money, and so like I don't do a whole lot of personal readings just because I haven't advertised them either. But I will, and especially whenever, just because I will never be in the situation again. This is going to be me saying I don't have emotions, but like want any kind of advice on healing or like how to just get over something or not deal with it or whatever. And tarot can be used a lot, not just really predicting the future, but to help explain like how to do this or how to do that. And it helps with healing and all of that. So you're in Costa Rica, Amy? That's cool. But yeah, I mean, I don't know that I will ever charge really a whole lot more. Like if you're wanting some kind of soul contract reading, then that's a little different because those can get in depth. But Like, I don't see the point in charging a whole lot more for. I want to be somewhere where there's pretty water, pretty waterfalls, relaxing, and the ocean. I don't want to be in the ocean. I just want to hear the ocean. I want to go to Hawaii, but I don't know about getting on a damn plane or a boat. Huh. Yeah, I don't like snakes either, Bunny. Like, and I'm bad about it now. Like, I will flip out. Oh my God. And I live in Alabama at that, but I cannot. Getting older with snake, like, I will. Oh God, I cannot. Oh yeah, St. Thomas. That's a real. That's Turks and Caicos. Yeah. The only thing about living on an island like that is getting off in an emergency. Ireland. Okay. Yeah, I don't know about giant lizards either. Australia would be okay, but I don't like jaws either. So I don't get in the ocean anyway. I used to. Now I don't get anything that doesn't have chlorine in it. Y'all, and I don't know. Let me see. Whoops. Miss Potts, are you going over documents today? Look, I don't even keep up with them. I just get Miss Potts. That's how I keep up with the documents. I look at them whenever she looks at them, and then the ones I want to talk about, I just talk about after. Yeah, meaning me too on giant lizards. Yeah. Oh yeah, them spiders in Australia. I forgot about them things. When I think about Australia, okay, I figured you did, Miss Potts. Okay. That's what I was doing because usually you tell us before you're going live. So I'm like, okay, let me make sure Miss Potts in live. Oh, and those lidocaine patches you were talking about, Miss Pot, I have some, and yes, they work very good. Like, I use them for kidney stones too because I don't like taking pain medicine. Pain medicine makes me the biggest bitch. Like, I hate myself. It's like a crying drunk. So I don't take pain medicine unless I absolutely have to. So when my kidneys don't start moving or whatever, I will use lidocaine patches. And the ones you have probably are prescribed because they have more, they're stronger. You can buy some of them over the counter, but when the doctor prescribes them, they're better because they're stronger. Yes, those numbing patches. And that's what I'm saying. Like I told the doctor, pain pill or to be numb. I would rather the shit just be numb. The size of a puppy, a spider. Oh yeah, congratulations, Kane. Oh, and I will tell y'all, and I don't have 1,000 people in here. If you're wanting a mediumship reading though, and like you can't afford it, I do those for the same price. But if you just email me or just leave me a comment and say, hey, get in contact with me or whatever, and leave me your email, I will do those without charging because I feel that if you need closure for somebody that has passed or whatever, then that's why I have a hard time charging a lot of times. But I do those. And I meant to say that earlier. And I will be honest, if y'all watch The Reckoning Co., which I know she has different opinions when she does her cards, reading on Brian, I will always love Ashley. That is the first tarot reader I ever watched. She's inspired me to do a lot. She also says some of the energy is confusing, so she doesn't hold anything. You know what I mean? Like she does stuff from her heart, but she has these mediumship cards that I'm getting. She just got her deck in, so she'll be sending our decks out. But I'm going to use those cards, and then I will tell you too that if you can, to help yourself getting those cards, you don't have to have what people call the gift or whatever to connect. You can use cards, I believe, and ask, like, you know, God, angels for messages from your loved ones and get them that way too. But I have an issue with, because everybody I know is dead, like all my immediate family, everything. So closure is, I don't think you ever get closure and you don't get over. Like if somebody tells you you're going to get over it, you're not. I don't believe you get over death. As humans, we just don't. But I do believe that that can hold people back. And sometimes you just need to know that somebody's there, you know, and I don't get names. Like if you're somebody that is, don't know if you believe it or not, like I'm not going to be able to get you exact colors of something or whatever, but usually, knock on wood, and I'm not bragging, I'm just saying I can get close enough to something emotional or something that you know you're connected with the person that you're wanting to be connected with. A cocaine patch? Wait a minute. What are we talking about? I've never even heard of that. Meg, yeah, I've never heard of a cocaine patch. Yeah, the wolf spiders that jump are bad enough to me. I don't need nothing. Yes, heating pads I like too. Hot tubs are good too. But like when you have broken ribs, it takes a while for them to heal sometimes. A cocaine patch, Meg. That is funny. Yeah, I don't like spiders. Yeah, it's hot. I don't know that any. Now I've heard of the ADHD patches. I don't even know if they have those anymore, but um, somebody, and I've never seen them, but somebody said that they had them. So I guess that would be the. Okay, Angel. Thank you. Cocaine patches. That's hilarious. That's just funny. Me neither, Meg. Oh, happy Mother's Day. Well, they have fentanyl patches, which, like, to think about that is crazy to me because a little bit of fentanyl can kill you, but they have patches. Too hard to chop up. Can't. Oh my God. Oh yeah, morphine patches. Yeah. I mean, they did used to put cocaine in Coke, didn't they? Like the drink Coke. Isn't that why that's named Coke? And my dad said in World War II that they had liquid morphine. They took it around when they were fighting or whatever for people that got hurt. Girl, bless your heart, Angel. My urologist laughs because he like I'm the only patient they have that the pain medicine is scheduled, not just when asked for, because I will never take it. So they come in every 2 hours because I have to keep my pain under control when I'm having a kidney stone attack, or it can cause all kind of other issues. And they give me Dilaudid, and I turn into the devil. It's horrible. And then they pump you full of that shit before they put you to sleep. And when they wake me up, I swear it's like a crying drunk. I don't even know what I'm crying about. It is awful. I hate it. Oh, that's good, Amy. Are things cheaper in Costa Rica? Yeah, my sister got addicted to pain pills, and this is exactly why I don't want to take them unless I have to take them, because she had cancer and she couldn't even control her pain because she become immune to them. Well, I can pass, like, I have a whole bottle full of kidney stones. I pass them now without going to the doctor usually. Yeah, I take ibuprofen. And see, the thing is, when I'm in the hospital, y'all, it's like a circus to get them to approve freaking ibuprofen. They're bringing me all this damn pain medicine. I'm like, if y'all don't do something about the swelling, it's not going to quit hurting, because when you have a kidney stone, it makes your tubes swell, of course, and I'm like, you have to do something about the swelling, or, I mean, it's going to stay hurting. Yeah, Tylenol and ibuprofen. Like for real, if you don't have pain medicine, I don't know if I should advertise this. Don't OD on it, but I'm Tylenol and ibuprofen together is like a really strong pain. It helps. Well, Meg, I was supposed to have my jaw broke when I had braces. I wore braces for 8 years, and then they told me they could 95% fix my problem without doing the surgery. So at 16, I did not go in over the summer for them to willingly break my jaw. I just said my teeth will be fixed 95% because they literally wanted to go in and break my jaw. I mean, what 16-year-old is going to say, yes, let's go do that? Hell no. Oh, Miss Potts. Yeah, that sucks. And a lot of times, like my aunt, she had cancer and it was breast cancer that had spread so bad it got in her brain. She didn't know it, but she was getting lost going to the store and she passed out one day, and that's how we found out. I think if she wouldn't have went through the radiation treatment, she would have lived longer. Sometimes treatment is, you know what I mean? Like it's supposed to prolong life, but that radiation and stuff is so hard. That's just like my dad had melanoma. No, the hell is that other cancer that they said you can get from like they were advertising it. You could get it from the stuff you put in your grass and stuff, whatever cancer that was. He was supposed to be able to fight it, and he probably could have, but he was doing treatments and got pneumonia, and it brings your system down so much that, he was older too. I mean, he was already in his 70s, so I can't remember the name of that daggum cancer. Melanoma is a skin cancer. I can't remember that cancer now, but anyways, yeah, yeah. And a lot of times having surgery and stuff, that cancer spreads. My sister literally waited. She knew there was something wrong, but thank God hers didn't spread, but she had to have one of her breasts removed. No, not lymphoma. It was, my God, I would know the name of that cancer if I wasn't trying to think of it. Um, oh my God, hang on. I'm going to look it up now because now it's driving me nuts. Yeah, I think it was that Roundup stuff they were talking about. Yeah. Hodgins, it was lymphoma, non-Hodgins lymphoma. It was too. I'm sorry, I told you a lie. But the non-Hodgins part was the stuff I was trying to think of. I don't know why I couldn't think of that. So yeah, it was a type of lymphoma. Um, yeah, I didn't know it was. It's cool having people from different countries to find out like Mother's Day and stuff is on different days. That I think it's cool. Of your tongue. Oh my God, that's awful. Really, Kane? That's what killed your dog? MS Potts, that is, yeah, that's, you sound like me and the stuff that I've been through with my family, like people dying. I swear. You know what? Who name it? It was Hodgkin's lymphoma. I don't know why I just said non-Hodgkin's lymphoma. It was Hodgkin's lymphoma. I get them two mixed up all the time. And that just dawned on me when you said that because it was completely curable. That's not what he died from. He died from getting sick and being older and doing the treatment. His body just couldn't handle it. Yeah, I said when my animals die, that's it. I'm done. I like it. Sometimes having animals is worse than having kids. Like the worry and stuff, I cannot. It drives me crazy. Yeah, losing animals is as bad as losing kids to me. I mean, I've always been like that too. If y'all have known me, I've told this story before, but in the second grade, we had to watch Where the Red Fern Grows. I literally think that movie should be absolutely illegal. I missed a week of school. The teacher was like, that made me hate movie day for the rest of my life. That movie was absolutely, uh, I don't know why anybody would want to watch that movie. I hate that movie. And it caused me in second grade, while nobody else is freaking out, I'm the only 8-year old that is literally having a panic attack, had to go home, was traumatized, and I hated movie day ever since. I hate that movie. I want to call 911 when I see it on TV. I think it should be illegal. I have no fucking idea why. Anybody, and why would you play that for second graders? And I'm the only one in class, like, literally throwing up sick. I was completely traumatized. Never. Kids, babies, kids, and animals. That's why I don't watch movies. I don't watch All Dogs Go to Heaven because I cried. I don't care if it's a cartoon. Like, I cried over The Lion King. I cried over Fox and the Hound. I'm one of those types. So you don't want to see it. All these dog puppies die of parvo. They plant a fern and the fern grows. Who gives a shit about the fern? I was so mad. Like, it was traumatizing to me. That I have no idea. It was awful. It was the awfulest thing in the world. I've got to where now I can't watch. Y'all know that movie with Queen Latifah in it? I guess she's got sisters or whatever, and they rob banks or whatever. Y'all, that movie, I cannot watch stuff anymore. I was in my room and they were watching the movie in the living room. Just the sounds of the gunshot of that movie, like, I had a panic attack. I cannot watch stuff. My nerves cannot handle stuff. And I can't, I've never been one to watch movies where kids are screaming for their parents or whatever, all that kind of shit. I cannot handle it. I cannot. It makes me ill as hell. It pisses me off. That's why I watch TV too. That and all the people I think rape kids or whatever. So, but I, I can't. I watched 50 First Dates. Let me tell y'all what movies I watched. Dirty Dancing. Like, I can't handle a bunch of other stuff. I don't like Charlotte's Web either. Like, that movie was horrible in school. The spider died. I cried because I had a pet spider I mean, of course, we didn't touch it, but I fed it all the time. When I was little, it was a banana spider. My dad accidentally took the weed eater and was trimming the bushes and killed the spider. And I was like so upset because I fed the damn spider every day. I have no idea why. I don't like spiders. As long as they stay where they're at, it's fine. If they're jumping spiders or something trying to crawl on me, it's different. But like, I went and legit fed this spider every day. So, oh yeah, Bambi. I mean, that I don't eat deer meat because of Bambi. Okay, like every time somebody talks about deer meat, all I can think about is Bambi. That is horrible. Why would anybody have that movie for kids? The damn loses its mama. Its mama gets shot. Like I do not understand movies they make for kids. Oh my god, yeah. Yeah, I don't. Screw Charlotte's Web too. I was so upset. To the point, y'all, I watched the Flintstones and Jetsons cartoons when I was younger. Like, I was, even at a very young age, I was very conscious of what cartoons. Ashley from The Reckoning Co. told me that's how she knows that I'm an empath and can feel people's energy because when you're younger and you get that upset over movies or feel that connection, she said most people can feel people's energy. And I do. My friend that I went to high school with, I think she was pregnant when we were in high school with her daughter, but her daughter unalived herself a couple of years ago. And like, I almost drove myself crazy grieving over a child I didn't know. Like, I do this kind of stuff. So that's why with the Idaho 4, the first month, I wouldn't even pay attention to it. One, because it scared the shit out of me how they went. Two, because I knew I was going to get emotionally connected to them. And everybody's like, how you don't know them? It doesn't matter. Like, and I do. That's why when people tell me that I won't, I don't want justice for them, their pictures hang beside my kids' pictures. So, yeah. Yeah, I like the Big Bang Theory. Do y'all know Brian Koberger? Sheldon? That's who Brian Koberger reminds me of. Is it just me? I'm saying that and have never talked to him. But the way I imagine him acting is like Sheldon. Oh, I like Modern Family too. But y'all, like, I love Gilmore Girls, but I did not start watching Gilmore Girls until after they quit making them. Because I was like, there's no way I won't ever like that or whatever. So, Modern Family, I started watching right before they stopped making them. I like Ren and Stimpy. I used to love Ren and Stimpy on Nickelodeon. And I watched the Golden Girls. Like, I like Designing Women. I like Golden Girls. Um, I like shows like that. And I'm fixing to really freak y'all out though. Saw the movies, all the Saw movies, I watched. My friend, I freaked her out because I was like, well, I kind of got the guy. I didn't say I agreed with the way he was doing it. I just understood his logic. So, but I didn't like it like when they screamed and all that. Like but no, I haven't. I had never watched Heart of Dixie actually too fast. Oh, that movie, the show, The American Life of a Teenager or whatever. I like that show too. Oh, and Dawson's Creek, hands down. That's why Swamp Rose lives like in a place like where Dawson's Creek was recorded, and I want to go where she is. I absolutely Dawson's Creek was like I still watch it. I love Dawson's Creek. My mom used to watch it with me every week. That was I was in high school then. I'm betting my age now. I'm 42. Oh, I like Food Network too, and Discovery ID. See, I like shows that scare. Like I like Unsolved Mysteries. That man's voice just flips me out. I cannot watch it because his voice freaks me out. What is that, Kane? But do y'all know the Flintstones is actually portraying fraternal order? And I really didn't know that. Like, so everything that mainstream puts out is some way to control us no matter what it is. That's my theory of it. Yeah, I used to watch Dateline and stuff, and I won't watch it now. No, I hadn't met that man. If that's what you're asking, Kane, the Unsolved Mysteries guy, whatever his name is, but his voice freaks me all the way out. Like, his voice just. Kane, I'm fixing to click on this. I don't know what this is, and we might get copyrighted. Stop it. Okay. Oops. And I like Paula Dean. I like Reed, the that redheaded lady. I like Rachel Ray too. I used to watch all that stuff on Food Network. Okay, I am Kane. That's what I'm saying. We might get copyrighted, but I want to see. That's not it. That's it. Okay.
And as a therapist myself, of course I'm going to say that's a great idea.
Get. Wait a minute. I just put my thing up here. What a dumbass I am. Hang on, y'all. I hit the wrong thing. I swear, because I closed out the stupid thing. Hang on. What a dummy. Kane, you did send me my own link, you retard. I thought that I shouldn't have called you that. And I don't mean that in, I don't call people with problems that. Dadgummit, Kane, you made me say a bad word too. I thought it was something else. It's me. You done got me confused up here. Dadgummit. We don't want to watch me. I don't want to hear my voice. I don't like hear my voice. We're going to watch To the Point. I like this guy. Wait a minute. Dadgummit, Kane. Do y'all like this guy? I like this guy.
She saw and heard that night is as much of a problem for the defense as it is for the state, and I will continue to be as fair as possible when talking about this story. So don't think about this like an expert or a lawyer or some sort of retired police officer. Think about this story as if you were a member of the jury. And let's give this story about the mask the breakdown it deserves. All that being said, everything's alleged. Welcome to the point. Let's get to it.
Now, so let's talk about this case. Let's talk about the suspect, the probable cause affidavit. As we get ready for this trial, which will happen in the summer, if you look at the probable cause affidavit, there is an eyewitness in this case.
The first big question here is, will the jury consider her statements reliable? Because we've all heard the stories that she was out, she was partying that night. That's why she didn't understand what was going on during the time of the attack, and that's one of the reasons there was such a delay in calling 911. And I will continue to say, neither of the roommates were involved in this situation. I know that upsets some people, but it is what it is. I'm just giving my perspective. And while I'm not defending this delay to call 911, I believe her actions that night do justify to a degree why she did what she did, because we now know exactly what she drank that night. In one of the defendant's replies to these motions in limine the state is filing, they said this in the footnote. On Saturday, November 12, 2022, through the early morning hours of Sunday, November 13, 2022, Dylan had consumed champagne, 9 to 10 White Claws, board, and an unknown amount while participating in a game. And for perspective, so everybody understands, because I don't believe a lot of people know what Borg is. Individuals are mixing an entire bottle of some type of hard drink into a gallon container. Then they're adding other stuff on top of it. It might be another type of drink, it might be another type of flavoring, it's something to make this go further. And individuals aren't necessarily understanding how much they're drinking at the time, which in turn causes them to black out and other health issues. It is a problem. There have been numerous reports on this particular party favor. So knowing all that, does that justify her actions that night? Not necessarily, but does it give a reasonable, logical excuse? I believe a rational juror will believe. Yes, it does. I mean, you can feel free to disagree at any point in time, but I'm just calling it like I see it. In that footnote, it goes on to say that what she was talking about right there is just within a 24-hour period and doesn't cover anything the days before this particular incident. So these were kids, they were living the college life, they were doing college things. So yes, a logical, rational individual sitting on a jury will hear this and say, yes, I understand why she didn't call 911 as soon as this incident was started, or at least as soon as she was aware. But also it's going to call into credibility. If she had all this, what makes her statements reliable? Because the state's case hinges a lot upon what Dylan said, and they can't play both sides of this. They can't have her on the stand and say, yep, it's okay, you didn't call 911 in time because you were really tying one on that night. But also at the same time, your eyewitness testimony is credible. So her testimony will be a double-edged sword. But there's more to what she told law enforcement. Listen to this.
One of the surviving roommates, they refer to her as DM, it is Dylan. And she saw DM stated she saw a figure clad in black clothing and a mask that covers the person's mouth and nose walking towards her. Dylan described the figure as 5'10" or taller, male, not very muscular, but athletically built with bushy eyebrows.
Now, did she tell law enforcement up front she saw an individual clad in black with bushy eyebrows? Or did law enforcement put that idea in her head? That is a question that's going to come up in trial, and there may be some validity to this. Listen to this. The state contends that Dylan Mortensen's statements are independently reliable as law enforcement did not employ a witness identification procedure. Mr. Kohlberger is not suggesting that Dylan Mortensen's descriptive words were developed in conjunction with a lineup. Dylan Mortensen was interviewed 5 times. Law enforcement was involved with each interview. According to the state, DM's multiple descriptions of the intruder were based on her own recollection and were not the result of suggestive identification procedures employed by law enforcement. Mr. Kohlberger points the court to the following incidences which are suggestive. In the second interview on November 13, 2022, DM was interviewed at the police department by Detective Mowry, who inquired about facial features and asked DM if she knew what color the intruder's eyebrows were. Detective Mowry is the person who mentioned eyebrows, not DM. In the third interview on November 17, 2022, DM was interviewed by Detective Gooch, who asked DM if she knew what a baklava was and showed her a picture. In the fourth interview, December 1, 2022, DM drew the mask for the interviewer. It looks remarkably similar to a balaclava. So was all this suggestive or was it not? Ideally, there will be transcripts and a recorded conversation with everybody law enforcement interviewed. And if it was law enforcement who mentioned all these particular things first, that will look bad on the state. But there's more. Listen to this.
For anyone with dementia, do not drink warm water. Did you know that memory loss is not a condition of the mind? Most people don't know this.
This is eyewitness testimony. Now, can she positively identify the defendant? Can she positively identify his bushy eyebrows? I don't know. But when she was interviewed on December 1st, 2022, she drew a picture of the mask.
The only odd thing I'll say about the picture she drew is there were supposed to be pictures of eyes and eyebrows all over a wall, but this picture seems to be pretty crappy. But now that everybody has a general idea of both sides of the story here, there is a panel discussion on this new evidence. And this is what they said.
Nima, all right. So I just want to get a number from you. I'm just going to really quickly. How important is this mask and the purchase of this mask in terms of evidence? 0. Just give me a number, 0 to 10. Eklund.
It depends. I think they.
I asked for a number, and you see, you can tell she's a lawyer.
I can't. It depends. It depends. It depends on what other evidence that you have. Because 9 months is a lot of months, and it was purchased during the winter months, so I need more. I need more. We need more information.
Okay, Kirk Nermi, I guess you can give me a number and an explanation.
Well, as it relates to premeditation, the answer is 0. I mean, we're talking about a purchase of an item that is common in winter in Pennsylvania, and also having attended Washington State University, I can tell you that's not an uncommon item to have in Pullman, Washington. The people in Idaho are going to know that. As it relates to identity and those type of things, the fact that he's wearing a mask, then I give it about a 3, but it's really about a 0 as it relates to premeditation.
Wow. He's like, no big. She drew a picture of it. Okay, Nima Rahmani, your thoughts. Give me a number and an explanation, and then we're going to dive into this a little bit deeper.
Vinny, I love this evidence for the prosecution. I think it's a 7. I think the Amazon purchase of the knife is a 9. They're within a couple months of one another. So this is very helpful evidence for the state, in my opinion, and consistent with surviving roommate Dylan Mortenson's identification. I absolutely love it. I think it's helpful.
And isn't that indicative of the story as we know it? It really all depends on perception. And as it stands right now, since we don't have all the information, it seems to be driven by bias. Which leads me to believe this story is more open than shut, as I said in the past. Is proof of that mask being purchased at Dick's Sporting Goods going to be a problem for the defense? Yes, it is if other additional factors line up. If, for example, law enforcement can prove that Brian turned off his phone or put it in airplane mode, then this will be another issue. It will be another layer to stack on the idea that he did this crime and he should be charged with 4 counts of first degree. Or if they can prove 100% through all this video surveillance that it's his car, then that would be another thing they can stack on top of this story. In circumstantial cases, the biggest problem is the story. How airtight is it? Because any minute leading up to this particular attack that the state cannot 100% prove is a hole. And when you have holes in a circumstantial story, it is a problem. That's where you start to get the reasonable doubt, which is why a lot of us are looking at what Cy has to say. If, for example, that may be his sheath, that may be his DNA, and he may even have purchased a mask, but Cy can say there is no way this guy was there that night of the attack, then none of this matters. He's just another individual who happened to have a white car who also bought a mask and he bought a K-bar. There's something like 22,000 white Hyundai Elantras, but they don't even know for sure if it's a Hyundai Elantra. They're just making an educated guess. Don't tell me they can positively identify the car when they couldn't get the car right in their initial police report. I mean, we all heard them make that public announcement. They were looking for a vehicle of the wrong year. Now, I understand it's in the same generation. Everybody kind of makes mistakes. But every mistake that the defense can point out to a rational juror will be one notch in the reasonable doubt category. So there is more to this situation. There's a lot we don't know at this particular point in time. Did he do it? I don't know. I've been upfront about it. Once again, if the state can sit there and say, here was his phone, here's the data from his phone, this is the moment he put it on airplane mode or turned it off, I'm going to say that's a hard hill now. If he intentionally turned off his phone, plus these other things, then it does seem like he was the one who committed the crime. But if they can't prove that and Cy can prove he was elsewhere, then there's no way he's the individual who committed this crime. At least that's just how I'm seeing it. Now, if you disagree, you can let me know down in the comments below.
So, surprisingly, the 2 former prosecutors believe this is really good, important evidence and are criminal defense bar here on the program tonight not agreeing. Here's my point, Eklund. My point is there's an eyewitness, describes a particular type of mask, okay? There's plenty of different masks out there, right? There's masks that go like, you know, the mask that people were wearing. You've got the mask that has just the little eyes sticking out like that. You've got a mask that could just be a bandana tied around here. But this is a very particular one that Dylan saw, described, and drew, and it matches with the type of mask that was purchased within the same calendar year by the defendant. To me, there's a consistency, there's a linkage to it, and it does expose
what smelly cheeses do to your gut.
One, breathe. Fermented dairy products like cheese.
the eyebrows.
I will say, following this case and looking
Okay,
at
Kane, I
everything
will
that
hang on.
Dylan has said, it seems to be she is consistently inconsistent, if that kind of makes sense. Meaning she's saying she doesn't know certain things, and it seems as if she doesn't know those things throughout all these interviews. Is she 100% credible? Is she a great eyewitness for the state? No, she's not. I'm not trying to say she is. But the thing she doesn't remember seems to be consistently what she doesn't remember. It's a common ski mask. Everybody has those if they live in the Pacific Northwest, if they live in the Northeast, or they live in the Upper Midwest. It's not rare. It's not unique. It isn't some type of key piece of evidence. This doesn't 100% say, yes, he's the guy who did it. Who buys this particular type of mask? Millions of people buy that particular mask.
That's where you lose me, because it's when Kohlberger, when we saw the superimposed mask on Kohlberger, we noticed the eyebrows, but we noticed blue eyes. So you mean to tell me you're going to, the first thing that comes at you is bushy eyebrows, but not the blue eyes. So that is more of a more identifying characteristic if you told me, hey, the eyewitness saw the color of the eyes versus just bushy eyebrows.
I don't know. All these straight on shots of him, that one was, you know, he had good, it's like it's jumping through the screen at me, Kirk, these eyebrows.
Well, look, that's why I think, you know, it has some relevance as it relates to the identification, right? But at the same time, a mask like that isn't that uncommon, Vinny. And remember the prosecution in OJ, you brought up OJ earlier, we're going to have shades of OJ's glove repeating itself, right? So
no, OJ was a whole different.
People are saying that Cy has no proof of what he's saying because they're idiots. Cy Ray had some that notarized saying that he could definitely provide proof to everything he said. Sorry. That drives me crazy too, because people are idiots. That's why they're saying that.
Scenario, Kirk, there was a lot more at play than the glove in O.J. Simpson. A lot more, and none of that is going to be a part of this case.
But let's face it, though, this black cat is not so uncommon in that area.
It's a balaclava. Balaclava. It's not just a hat. It's a balaclava.
Okay, I'll let you say it. I'll call the ski mask because that's all. I went to public school. Maybe Nima can pronounce those words. But listen. It's not that uncommon. So I say it works with ID, but it has nothing to do with premeditation. I think this idea that he bought this mask and he was doing this all to plot this, maybe that's something that the state can argue at the sentencing phase. They can have a psychologist argue that as a data point, saying he became obsessed with studying. I would agree with you if we're talking about that, but a simple black ski mask that is not distinctly uncommon in that area, I don't think that's going to move the needle for the state as much as you're saying now. Yes, combined with other circumstantial evidence, certainly it helps, but is it going to be a huge help? Nah, I don't think so.
Nima, could you imagine if Dylan described a different type of mask than was purchased by the defendant? We'd have these two jumping up and down, right? If it was one of these masks, right, with just the eyeballs, they'd be saying, look, it's not even the same mask, but it is.
Well, it is, Vinny, and the defense would have a field day with it. Look, there's different ways to defend a case, and Kirk's been talking about this, but one of them is identification, right? You're saying it wasn't me. I think that's what the defense is here. They're not saying that this was self-defense or this was, a passionate man type case. They're saying that Brian Koberger was not at the scene of the murder. So you got the DNA on the knife sheath that was purchased. You got the identified ski mask that was purchased. You got the selfie the next day with the bushy eyebrows, right after he maybe cleaned up after that. These are all important pieces of identifying evidence. In addition to the cell site and the vehicle surveillance video that we've been talking about. So these are all things that put him at the scene of the. This is all very helpful for the state. So I agree with you, Minnie, on this one.
I will disagree slightly. I don't think any of this places him at the scene. It doesn't put him inside the home. It's just one of these things where who's the better storyteller. That's really what this is going to boil down to at the end of the day, depending on what other evidence the state has, plus whatever exculpatory evidence the defense has. Who can tell the better story? If you're being fair and you're being objective and you're being honest, okay, that may be his sheath. It doesn't seem like the defense is fighting the DNA, and it does seem like he purchased these other items. And in totality, depending on what the state can prove his actions were leading up to this particular attack and what his actions were directly after, will point to guilt. But if the state has no clue about his movements before this particular attack, and they can't really account for where he went after the attack, then this is all just nonsense. At least that's just how I'm seeing it. And this might very well be just a situation where public pressure forced the state to overcharge this particular case. And if they did set that bar high, this might be a situation where an individual who was guilty of a crime ends up getting off because the state couldn't meet their burden. There continues to be issues and there continues to be problems. Is the mass purchase a big deal? Yes, it is. I'm not going to pretend like it's not, but it depends on other factors, a lot like the knife sheath and the DNA. The final nail to me will be, what did he do with his cell phone? Did he physically turn it off or switch it to airplane mode? I know individuals are making videos.
Okay, Miss Fox, I'll be watching for you to go live later too.
That he did. And if you know what motion anybody has filed saying where he physically put his phone into airplane mode or physically turned his phone off, then let me know down in the comments below. But if you enjoyed this and a more fair, open conversation.
Okay, Kane. Bye, Miss Fox. Like I said, I will be looking for your live later because, well, I always do. And you found stuff, so I'm excited to see what you found. Kane, you wanted me to play something. Hang on, let me get back over here. Wait a minute. Oh, there it is. All right, hang on. Kane, if you don't stop it. God bless America. I swear. And if y'all watch A.R. Hayes, the Pitties Go Stripping, they put a short up. It's really cute. Let me see. Somebody put A.R. Hayes link in here. Is that my link again? Damn it, Kane. Will you put AR's link in here? And if you have the Pitties Go Stripping link, will you put that link in here? And you can put your link in here. You know, who's ever link, y'all. This better not be me again, damn it, Kane. Oh, okay. Why is it all the way back there? All right, hang on.
Simpson's attorney was able to get the prosecution to admit in open court that rumors of a bloody ski mask being found were untrue.
So you see that there is no ski mask?
There was no ski mask.
Score one for the defense. Hours later, police released the 911 tape. America hears O.J.'s rage.
Newly released 911 police emergency tapes appear to portray a chilling side of O.J. Simpson's personality. On the tapes, what sounds like a raging Simpson is heard threatening his ex-wife. Sandra Hughes has more on the Simpson investigation and these audio tapes.
Okay, what's the police up? Thank you. Anyone still in a domestic violence, 325 South Gretna Greenway, Mount Comments, code incident 422125.
Kane, are you telling me to play this video at 21:15? I thought I was playing it at 21:15. That's 21:15 right there.
Anyone still in a domestic violence, 325 South Gretna Greenway, Mount Comments, code incident 422125. Emergency. Can you get someone over here now to 325 Gretna Green? He's back. Please. Okay, what does he look like? He's O.J. Simpson. I think you know his record. Did you just say something over here? Okay, what is he doing there? He's drove us again. He's drove me over. Wait a minute, what kind of car is he in? He's in a white Bronco, but first of all, he broke the back door down to get in. Wait a minute, what's your name? Nicole Simpson. Okay, is he the sportscaster or whatever? Yeah. Okay, wait a minute, we're sending the police. What is he doing? Is he threatening you? He's freaking going nuts. So has he threatened you in any way, or is he just harassing you? You're going to hear him in a minute. He's about to change. Okay, just stay on the line. I don't want to stay on the line. You're going to beat the shit out of him. Wait a minute, just stay on the line so we can...
Are you saying go to the beginning of this thing now, Kane? Okay.
Simpson's attorney was able to get the prosecution to admit in open court that rumors of a bloody ski mask being found were untrue.
So you see that there is no ski mask?
There was no ski mask.
Score one for the defense. Hours later, police released the 911 tape. America hears O.J.'s rage.
Newly released 911 police emergency tapes appear to portray a chilling side of O.J. Simpson's personality. On the tapes, what sounds like a raging Simpson is heard threatening his ex-wife. Sandra Hughes has more on the Simpson investigation and these audio tapes.
The latest 911 tapes reveal more about the turbulent relationship between Nicole and O.J. Simpson. In October of 1993,
it was here where 911 tape recordings revealed that O.J. had broken down a back entrance door and harassed Nicole. We are told there may be more recordings. But late today, following a meeting between the police chief and district attorney, it was determined that no more recordings or transcripts will be made available to the media.
The newly released 911 police emergency tapes that appear to portray a chilling side of O.J. Simpson's personality have law enforcement taking a closer look at how domestic violence cases are handled.
26-year-old Victoria Herring cried as she told me how her husband beat her Monday night because he was jealous. According to a Gwinnett County police report, Alcavis Herring had Victoria in a headlock and dragged her to his car. Herring then threatened Victoria, saying she would become another Nicole Simpson, and kept telling her he would kill her.
That's when all of my facial injuries occurred, my broken arm.
Victoria was 2 months pregnant. She lost a baby after the beating.
This battered woman sees her life paralleling Nicole Simpson's. Many batterers are probably telling their wives, see, it can happen to you, too. Jack Harper, News Center 5.
It began as a storybook romance.
Nicole, this is it. We're each other's destiny.
It became a broken marriage.
I'm going to divorce you, OJ.
And now it's a murder mystery.
I didn't kill anyone.
The O.J. Simpson story, world premiere Tuesday at 8, 7 Central.
On Tuesday, January 31st, 1995, opening arguments concluded in O.J. Simpson's criminal trial. That night, Fox premiered The O.J. Simpson Story, a made-for-TV movie which combined rumor, speculation, and innuendo. The Baltimore Sun's review of the film said, "The O.J. Simpson story makes the Amy Fisher story look like a Hallmark Hall of Fame presentation." One of the events depicted in the movie is Nicole Brown Simpson's October 1993 calls to 911. In Fox's version,
Game, I put it on 21:25. I thought, Jesus, hang on.
North Philly Unit Domestic Violence, 325 South Gretna Greenway, Miles Cummins, code incident 4221. Emergency. Can you get someone over here now to 325 Gretna Green? He's back. Please. Okay, what does he look like? He's O.J. Simpson. I think you know his record. Did you just see somebody over here? Okay, what is he doing there? He's drove up here. He's somebody over. Wait a minute, what kind of car is he in? He's in a white Bronco, but first of all, he broke the back door down to get in. Wait a minute, what's your name? Nicole Simpson. Okay, is he the sportscaster or whatever? Yeah. Okay, wait a minute, we're sending the police. What is he doing? Is he threatening you? He's looking going nuts. So has he threatened you in any way, or is he just harassing you? You're going to hear him in a minute. He's about to say. Okay, just stay on the line. I don't want to stay on the line. You're going to beat the shit. Wait a minute, just stay on the line so we can know what's going on till the police get there, okay? Okay, Nicole? Just a moment. Does he have any weapons? I don't know. Okay. He ran home and heard that. Okay. They're sleeping. I don't want anything to happen. Okay, just a moment. Does he have drugs or anything? No. Okay. Just stay on the line. Just in case he comes out, I need to hear what's going on, alright? Do you know how far? Is he yelling? Yeah. Okay. Does he have anything drinking? No. Okay. What's our unit? Addition on the Central Power 325 South Gretna Greenway. The suspect has returned at a white Bronco Monica Thomas, incident 4221. Okay, Nicole? Is he still outdoors? Or is he in the backyard? He's in the backyard. I remember that. I don't know. Okay. So what did he say? Oh, something about some guy I don't know. There's cool somebody. I started this shit before, and it's all my fault. And now what am I going to do? Just preaching on this? Okay. It's all my fault. I started this before. Love it. Okay. Have you witnessed today or no? No. Okay, you're only going to anything. Okay. You just want to close my door. He broke the whole back door in. And then he left and he came back. And he came and he had to go knock my upstairs door down, but he pounded it, and then he screamed and hollered, and I tried to get him out of the bedroom because the kids was breaking in the house. And then he wanted somebody's phone number, and I gave him my phone book and was going to put my phone book down to write down the phone number that he wanted, and then he took my phone book with all my stuff in it. Okay, so basically you guys are good that out there. Is he inside right now? Yeah. Okay, just a moment. Is he talking to you? Yeah. Are you locked in a room or something? No, he can come right in. I'm not going with a sit back. You think he's going to hit you? I don't know. Okay. Stay on the line. Don't hang it up, okay? What does he say? What does he say? He's still yelling at you? Just stay on the line, okay? 807-81, 807-81, 325 South Frederick Greenway, 325 South Frederick Greenway, 807-81, social line, 4221, 825. Hey, just that was something that you did? A long time ago, it always comes back. Is your roommate talking to you? Oh, I cannot. I know. So do you have any weapons or anything with him right now? No? Okay. Where is he standing? In the back doorway. In the house. Okay. Could you just please? Okay. Could you please? Please. Is he leaving? Does he know you're on the phone with the police? No. Okay. Where does he sit right now? Up in my room. And is he yelling? I don't know. Is there someone up there with the kids? No. What did she say now? Okay. She's still on the line? Yeah. You think she's still going to hit you? I don't know. She's going to lose if you step out. You put that in. Are you the only one in there with him? Right now, yeah. Okay, he's talking to you, and he's also talking to Mike, the guy that lives out back and sits down in there. Oh, okay. That's him home. Oh, okay. Is he on there with him too? Absolutely not. Oh, okay. Okay. Totally arguing. Yeah. Has this happened before, you know? Okay. The police should be on the way. This seems like a long time because it's kind of busy in that division right now. It is on to Bonnie Mercy Greenway. It's still there and yelling.
Okay, Kane, what's this other thing we're supposed to be watching right now? I still think he had, if he didn't do it, he had paid to have it done. I mean, but that's just what I think. You posted something else up there, Kane. Which one? This one?
Anyone still in a domestic violence, 325 South Gretna Greenway, Miles Cummins, code incident 422125. Emergency. Can you get someone over here now to 325 Gretna Green? He's back. Please. Okay, what does he look like? He's O.J. Simpson. I think you know his record. Did you just say something over here? Okay, what is he doing there? He's drove us again. He's drove me over. Wait a minute, what kind of car is he in? He's in a white Bronco, but first of all, he broke the back door. Anyone still in a domestic violence, 325 South Gretna Greenway, Mount Carmel, code 4221. Emergency. Can you get someone over here now to 325 Gretna Green? He's back. Please. Okay, what does he look like? He's O.J. Simpson. I think you know his record. Did you just say somebody over here? Okay, what is he doing there? He just drove up here. He just drove me over. Wait a minute, what kind of car is he in? He's in a white Bronco, but first of all, he broke the back door down to get in. Wait a minute, what's your name? Nicole Simpson. Okay, is he the sportscaster or whatever? Yeah. Okay, wait a minute, we're sending the police. What is he doing? Is he threatening you? He's freaking going nuts. Has he threatened you in any way, or is he just harassing you? You're going to hear him in a minute. He's about to get. Okay, just stay on the line. I don't want to stay on the line. You're going to beat the shit out of me. Wait a minute, just stay on the line so we can know what's going on until the police get there, okay? Okay, Nicole? Just a moment. Does he have any weapons? I don't know. Okay. He ran home and heard that. Okay. They're sleeping. I don't want anything to happen. Okay, just a moment. Does he have drugs or anything? No. Okay. Just stay on the line. Just in case he comes out, I need to hear what's going on, alright? Do you know how to? Is he yelling?
Kane, I swear to God.
No. Okay. He went home and now he's back. My kids are upstairs sleeping and I don't want anything to happen. Okay. Has he hit you today or no? No. Okay, you don't need any paramedics or anything? Okay. You just want him to leave? My door. He broke the whole back door in. And then he left and he came back? And he came and he practically knocked my upstairs door down, but he pounded it, and then he screamed and hollered, and I tried to get him out of the bedroom because the kids were sleeping in there. Mm-hmm. Okay. And then he wanted somebody's phone number, and I gave him my phone book and put my phone book down to write down the phone number that he wanted, and then he took my phone book with all my stuff in it. What? What does he say? Unit, your domestic violence at 30 Crescent 325 South Gretna Greenway is too high. The suspect is now entered.
Well, Kane, that one was short. But we get it. I think he had something. I mean, whether he did it or not, I don't know. But if he didn't do it, he paid somebody to do it. He acted like he was on drugs. What the fuck was he even talking about? She needed more protection, clearly. Who is Kevin? Wasn't it Ron Goldman she was seeing or something? Who the fuck is Kevin? The tabloids probably weren't helping that shit because they were just printing whatever lies, and he was crazy. So I should do a reading on that. Nicole Brown Simpson. I haven't done one though. Okay, Miss Potts will probably be going live soon. I'm fixing to get off from here. I've been on here for hours already, boring everybody with my opinions. But again, like I said, we should all be writing the DOJ. On my community tab, I'll put some email addresses. Even if you just say, I don't know the law terms or legal terms or words to put, but people need to look at this and attach Cyre's affidavit affidavit to it, but we should be fighting for our rights. And this is not an emotional Brian Koberger lover type thing. This is not the only place that prosecutorial misconduct is done, but this is playing out in front of us. She said she was going live later. Because she found something. And I've been streaming for like 2 hours and 47 minutes. I need to go take a shower and do all that stuff. And then if nobody ends up going live later, I'll probably go live later. Kane, are you going live tonight? Sometimes you do on Sundays. I never know. Oh, and Kane's friend, GCD, the JJ guy, if people, I don't like call it conspiracy theories, but he dives into all the Manson stuff. It ties into all the frat. It ties into everything in Hollywood. So, Kane, you can drop his link. I had watched him before, like one time before, I think. The Oculate Rejects or whatever. Before Kane told us who he was, but I really like watching them. So, he has some good stuff on his channel. Kane, are you going to drop the link in here? Ew. Oh my God, I'm going to have to find it. You're welcome. I'll put his link on the community page because I got to go find it myself. But anyways, if you've watched Kane, you've seen him. But his stuff is really good. But Miss Potts is supposed to go live later. She said she found something, so I'm excited to see what she found. And if Kane or nobody else goes live later, which I hope he does, so I don't have to, then I probably will, because I'm sure we'll be bored. But anyways, I will see y'all later. Thank y'all.